Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map, and I thought I'm going to come on and record a video about the full moon that is coming tomorrow. I have a moon in Libra, and this full moon is also in Libra. So I thought I'm just going to briefly tell you a little bit about the moon in Libra in general. Maybe some of you have a moon in Libra. You can always check online, when you put your data in, there's several websites when you can just put your birth details in, and you will receive your chart. If you don't know how to do it, you can ask an astrologer. It's many possibilities, but it's lovely to know your moon sign, because moon is our emotional side, it's our instinctual nature. Very often there's big lesson connected to our moon signs, which we often kind of carry through and learn to bring awareness there, because moon rules the bottom house of the chart, rules the fourth house. It's often hidden and comes with this kind of biological karma, our conditioning from the family, our lineage as well, and our roots. So this particular moon, which we have, the full moon that comes in tomorrow, and full moon always is in opposition to the sun, so it reflects the sun's light, and sun is in Aries and moon is in Libra. So it's this axis: Aries, the individuality, the desire, the drive, the I have the right to do things, versus the opposite sign, opposite energy spectrum, which is Libra. It's me and you relating to the other, keeping the balance. What do you want? What do I want? And so on. So you can imagine this pull of the opposition between the sun and the lunar energy. Libran moon needs emotionally balanced situations to feel stable herself. So Libra, and if you have a moon in Libra, or if you have friends with moon in Libra, you will notice that Librans, or Libran energy in general, Libran sun as well, Librans often avoid conflict. That's what we read about Librans very often as well. They peace-loving people, and that comes from that strong opposition to Aries. When Aries loves conflict, it's ruled by Mars, it goes for war, it's like excited about a challenge, very assertive. Whereas with Libra energy is the opposite spectrum, so you kind of avoid conflict. This Libra moon needs emotionally balanced situation to feel stable herself. And this particular full moon tomorrow, which happens in Europe here on the 7th of April, and it's on 18 degrees Libra, is not very balanced. So first of all, we're in the very unbalanced world. We kind of we kind of surrounded and isolated from one another because of the coronavirus. And this moon is squaring, so in the kind of friction aspect, it's activated by this Pluto Mars Jupiter conjunction that's happening in Capricorn. Also is opposition the sun, right, and in opposition to Aries as well. So this moon's need for a balanced situation, so it feels balanced as well, it's not going to happen tomorrow. And so usually if we have moon in Libra, this energy of the moon in Libra, you recognize very quickly what the other person, the other needs, and you try to sustain the balance by delivering what the other needs. So very often that avoidance of conflict comes also from not really paying true attention to your own needs, because you will do anything to keep the balance, to create harmony, to create beauty, to avoid war, to avoid conflict, which would be the opposite sign, Aries, which Aries loves. So instinctively, Librans and Libra moon people know how to keep everyone happy, and often except herself. So it's a tough moon to own, because usually people love people, Librans, we're nice to be around, we don't want conflict, but the huge lesson of this particular moon tomorrow, and people who have moon in Libra, is to own balance and harmony while remaining true to the self. So the big lesson of Libra is actually authenticity. That's something that we can learn from Aries, from the opposite sign. Also, to be authentic even if you are not liked, which Librans don't like. We like to be liked. So if we put all of these messages around this Libra wanting to keep balance, Libra wanting to for the world to be beautiful, to relate to one another, to be harmonious, but we know that the situation in the world doesn't support Libra moon to feel very balanced and stable, because it's so out there, the harmony is not there. Plus Libra moon is in square, so in the friction activation from Pluto, Mars and Jupiter and Aries, we know that, you know, tomorrow especially, but it's already of course started, pay attention to how you relate to others. How often do you try to maybe exert or avoid conflict with others? Libra is an air sign, so often it is about diplomacy and cooperation and about diplomatic communication and conversation. So pay attention to how you express your emotions tomorrow, because they can go wild. Emotion connected to Libra rules kidneys and blood purification. Kidneys in Chinese medicine system are connected, the emotion connected to kidneys is fear. So how interesting that now we have this full moon, which is like, you know, called pink moon. That's why I dressed up pink for you guys. And we have that moon that needs stability and balance and wants to have stability, beauty and love spread over the world, and get that kind of hits from those huge chunk of planets, all in Capricorn. And the emotion connected to this moon through ruling the kidneys is fear. So try to watch where you succumb to fear, where you can realize maybe how to learn from Aries to be courageous, to learn how to be more decisive, maybe to be more assertive, to take more risks, but also to learn how to deal with conflicts, you know, because right now we're actually all learning how to deal with conflict, our internal conflicts through isolation. A lot of stuff will be coming up to the surface. There are lessons of authenticity for us, and the gift that this moon can bring is creating the beauty, harmony and grace within ourselves first, within our emotional bodies, so that we can then bring it to the world. But there is this responsibility of choice that comes with this tomorrow's moon, and as I said, because it's quite unstable, I guess the energy in general will call for extra special balance and extra special attention when it comes to communication and relations. So when moon is in Libra, very often there are issues around relating or relationships that come to the surface. You know, are you in, are you out? How do you express love? How do you express balanced relationships? How do you create balanced relationships? That also speaks about two parts of ourselves, the feminine and masculine, and how well do they come to balance. So ground yourself tomorrow, start today, you know, observe where maybe there's a need to speak about things. When there is this need, beware of emotions running crazy, and beware of fear taking over. So if fear is a valid emotion, it's good to notice where fear shows up in your body, but then that's it. We shouldn't be under the constant attack of fear, which is happening right now. So I think this beautiful gift of Libran moon, which is beauty, harmony, grace, open to this Venusian pink light, seems like a beautiful kind of umbrella to to create from. Also, just in addition to this Libra information, I wanted to mention that I did record this class on balance. My classes are $15, so if you want to learn more or get some prompts and some inspiration about the balance cards in tarot, you can also go to my website www.tarotmap.com and take a look at the balance class. You will receive link to the video and a PDF form with all the information and the spread also for the coronavirus pandemic for us, and you see what came up for the collective reading. I also pulled, I shared it on Instagram, but I pulled for us for this moon and this card from Lemurian Starchild Oracle. If you don't know this deck, I have done a review of it. It's got 88 cards. It's very beautiful, and you can check this review there. Also, if you like it and choose to purchase it, please use my affiliate link. A few people have done it. Thank you so much. It's awesome to also get something back for showing decks, so yeah, thank you. But I chose the card which is called Blessing, and it says Beyond the Soul Path. It's interesting that it has this a square as a symbol to me that also shows this grounding and ability to draw from Gaia's energy and magnetic kind of force to ground ourselves. It also has like these chakra colors in the hair here, so it's this alignment. And in the book, which is also really lovely, it says here that and I think this is a beautiful kind of message for this moon in Libra, especially when it comes to relating to another. The kind of affirmation says that universe invites you to give a blessing to everyone you see today, vocally or perhaps in silence. You are bringing light, clarity and abundance into their field, even without a word, and thus you are co-creating the new earth. And I guess if we know that fear might be running high, that when full moon is around, when it comes up, usually everything feels a little bit more like exaggerated. Remember, how can you authentically observe your fearful emotions? Give them space to be there, but also how can you step outside of yourself in this sense and see yourself from a little bit different perspective and see how you can be a blessing to somebody else, not just you expecting blessings to come your way, but also claim this power and this responsibility of choice and see how you can be the blessing to somebody. So I pulled this as like a general card, and then I thought I'm going to pull 3 tarot cards, and I thought I'm going to use Rumi Tarot. So I pulled 6 of Cups, which often shows this beautiful innocence and that kind of memory we might be feeling, like a little bit melancholic also. But the description which comes from Rumi writing says, the soul desires life and the living one. Its origin is the infinite soul. And I love, especially in these times of craziness like this, to remind myself that there is something infinite, even in those situations where everything seems to be falling apart. So first we have the 6 of Cups, and then I pulled and we also remember that we're kind of thinking about this blessing. So maybe we can call someone from, our past. Maybe we can connect to a friend. Maybe we can give someone the gift of the flower. Maybe we can send someone flowers, even if they're just virtual. The second card that I pulled is the Judgment card. And I love this quotation here. It says, by love, the dead are made living. And to me, this judgment is calling all of us to embrace that Libran gift, the gift of love, harmony, beauty and grace. And especially when we're faced with death, you know, but our calling here is by love. The dead are made living. We are called to embrace that love rather than fear. And with judgment, you know, there is this strong connotation also to how do you follow the calling, you know. And the last card that I pulled was Four of Swords, so also this reminder to keep calm mind, to Libra also is an air sign, so you want, especially tomorrow, like kind of make sure that you can clear your thoughts a little bit. Do not trust everything you think. And this Four of Swords says absorption in divine unity is the soul of prayer. So also to clear the mind, to maybe allow ourselves that kind of break from emotions running high. You can use prayer as a tool, especially tomorrow, and send prayers to the loved ones, to pray for others, to pray for the sick ones, to pray for those who died, to pray for those who are healthy, to pray for more balance in the world. So these cards I thought are really beautiful, how they came up with obviously beautiful Rumi's poems. And then I used this intuitive, what is that called? Intuitive Wisdom Oracle by Chrissy Foreman Kranich. I think it can be purchased on Etsy, if Etsy is still open, I don't know. But one of these cards was Transform, and it says divine help, allow change, and finding rainbows. So, you know, we can find rainbows and beauty. That's what Libra would like in any situation. And the other one is grace, which I thought was so beautiful and would go also when you open up to blessings and when you send blessings to others. So grace and the beautiful stack. And it says natural instinct, let yourself shine, beautiful universe. So that's very kind of Libran energy right there. I also wanted to share with you my April cards. So this April I work with Ocean Weaver, and she's interesting because she kind of, in the book, you know, she works with three worlds. She seems to be weaving together three worlds. Like, I'm thinking of it as emotional, physical and spiritual. So somehow I'm going to see how this will come up for me, but I love also the idea of the vessel here. So the vessel, as I always think of myself being a vessel, you know, what am I bringing into the vessel, what am I letting go out of the vessel? And from Oracle of Initiation for April I got the Gate card, and this is a card of the Gateway of Initiation, which the lesson is surrender. And I like this, feels like Two of Swords on my head, you know, so it is a little bit of Libran balance as well there. Offer control, which I think is a great lesson for most of us right now, and receive freedom. And it's a house of transformation and of broken heart. And I think we also, you know, have to allow ourselves to allow this emotional opening, but not allow the emotions to take us onto this deep dive into, like, drown us, you know. Going through the stage of initiation, being a vessel for true and authentic feeling. So I don't want to block my negative emotions, I don't want to block my fear, I don't want to block my angst, but at the same time realizing that there is a bigger picture, there are bigger cycles, and we're part of it, and we have much more power and much more capacity to deal with the situations out of our core and out of our center and out of our authentic human being. So I think this is kind of a beautiful message. So yeah, these are my April cards, and I thought I'm going to pull for us to finish this catch up with you guys a Rose card from Rose Alchemy Oracle, which is a very beautiful and healing deck. And because roses are connected with Venus and Mary and Sacred Feminine, and it's a pink moon in Libra, also ruled by Venus. So let's just see what rose will come for us. And we get Rose Ma 10. Look how gentle and how beautiful and how Yeah, it's like this gentleness. That's all that came to me from the first, impression. And Rosema speaks about compassion. So here we have again this moon can put us into situations that are out of balance. We might be striving for that balance. The lesson will be authenticity, even if but bringing authenticity when from the perspective of Libra, so with diplomacy, with gentleness, with love, and with compassion. I am compassion, says this rose. Extend compassion to others and compassion for self, for it is our earthly journey. Compassion relieves the suffering heart. That's so gorgeous. And also this message from the Lemurian Star Child Oracle as be the blessing for somebody, right now. And this is the true feminine warrior energy. And that's heart and solar plexus chakra. And the feminine warrior is compassionate action. So this rose actually asks you that compassion starts with yourself. Where do you still judge yourself? It's a beautiful message for the Libran energy. So I'm hoping this makes some sense to people. If you have a moon in Libra or sun in Libra or many other planets in Libra, you probably will recognize some of this which I was talking about. Remember about kidneys, fear, emotion and blood purification. Maybe take care of your diet tomorrow and be authentic even if not liked, but be gentle. And remember that opposition to Libra is Aries, which sometimes can be very forceful and very assertive, but that's what Libra needs to learn from Aries. Okay, so I think this is now like a sign of you might be decapitated if you sneeze in a shop. So I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I wish you all a great full moon tomorrow. It's a pink full moon, so remember, be a blessing to someone tomorrow, and yeah, try to just leave space for the fearful emotions if they come up, but don't let them take you onto the roller coaster if you can, but do your best. Thank you for watching. Bye.